Gentleman yields back. The gentlewoman from California, Mrs. Kim, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Su, and witnesses. Thank you for being here with us. Mr. Su, in a joint statement that is issued by you and Director McKernan to announce the release of the Cleary Gottlieb report, you say the report, in quote, "It put the people of the FDIC first and focused on identifying root causes," end quote. You also noted that it was balanced, focused, and nonpartisan report. So do you still stand by this statement and sentiment that the Cleary report put the people of the FDIC first?
Yes.
You do. Mr. Su, then, do you agree with the Cleary report's assessment that Chairman Gruenberg's attributes hinder his ability to establish trust and confidence in leading a meaningful culture change at the FDIC? Because based on your statement regarding that report, you must agree that it is time for new leadership in order to put the people of the FDIC first.
I agree with the report's conclusions that his actions present unique challenges to building trust with the staff, and that's why I'm very focused on actions.
Do you still support Chairman Gruenberg?
I'm focused on what I can control. What I can control is influencing the board to take the actions that are necessary to reestablish trust with the staff. That's where my focus is.
Okay, one of the recommendations of the report was for victims of abuse and harassment to have access to chairman of the FDIC, but that it stands today, unfortunately, it seems to be counterintuitive for those victims. Former Chairman McWilliams, for example, he spent a lot of time with the staff in cafeteria and rode the bus from Virginia Square to the other offices, while Chairman Gruenberg spends his time with only his small circle of trusted advisors. So let me ask you a question, Mr. Kim. Based upon your investigation, do FDIC staff believe that Chairman Gruenberg is an accessible chairman?
I don't think we put that question in that way, whether he's accessible. What we learned, we put in the report, which is that although many employees had positive relationships with him, there were a certain number, including certain direct reports, who had difficult interactions with him. And then there was
I think the
a
point
general...
of my question is, as chairman, shouldn't just surround himself with the top executive senior members only, but should be accessible to all employees, regardless of their status or ranks. That's the accessibility question that I'm having with you.
Accessibility is obviously a good thing, and being more accessible obviously helps and improves workplace culture.
Well, let me ask that question to Mr. McKernan. If Chairman Gruenberg does open his door to victims of harassment, do you think that the findings made about his behavior towards staff would make employees hesitant to approach the chairman directly?
I think, given the reputation is documented in the Cleary report, I suspect that would be challenging for some.
So, can you answer the same question? Why do you think it's important that the chairman is accessible to his employees, regardless of their status, rank, position?
One of the things I certainly learned overseeing the investigation is you cannot, as a leader, rely simply on the formal reporting channels. They break down. You have to have a real, deep-seated interest in trying to root out information, get your sense of the pulse through other informal mechanisms, and that requires that open rapport with the staff.
To be clear, this is a great recommendation. The FDIC has a pervasive toxic culture, and because of that, employees should have a direct line to the chairman to report those issues. However, Chairman Gruenberg at the helm, I'm not sure if the employees would benefit from direct access to him or would even want to have that available to them, for that matter. In the report, Cleary recommended that the FDIC hire an independent third party to advise and assist with the implementation of the recommendations, but I'm concerned that the leader of the office may feel a sense of loyalty to Chairman Gruenberg. So Director McKernan, would it have been valuable for the Special Review Committee or other members, board members, to be involved in the decision-making process for setting up the office?
Yes, this is actually a topic of some debate now. This monitor is a critical choice for us. It had originally been contemplated. I learned about the process when the chairman announced it at the hearing.
Gentlewoman's time has expired.